My name is Prince Chilaka. Today I'm going to be having an author, a seasoned freight forwarder, a man who has been involved in task force. You know, when we talk about task force, he's been involved with task force and trying to see how the organization he leads helps to curb corruption. So we'll be having a very interesting time because I have one of his books here, The Toll of Corruption in Nigeria. And I'm sure when listeners hear about corruption, they all get worried. So once more, this is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. As you know, this is an interactive program. We'll be reeling out the telephone lines, but you can follow us on all our social media, especially on our YouTube, VOP 90.3 FM Live. We're there, you can join us. So as usual, we're going to start off with the news that happened throughout last week. A lot of things happened, and it's good for us to update you and to carry you along. As you know, there has been an ongoing discussion between the Nigerian customs, the freight forwarders, the license agents, the terminal owners. Everyone has been involved in it. So last week, the senior officials of the National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, have called on the Controller General of the Nigerian Customs Service and its management to exercise restraint in the proposed review of licensing fees for customs agents. They also emphasized the urgent need for all stakeholders to gain full proficiency in the newly introduced BOW technology platform to ensure smooth cargo clearance operations. Speaking in separate interviews, the chairman of NAGAF at Muritala Mohammed Airport Chapter, forwarder Udo Onyeka, and his vice chairman, engineer forwarder Suleiman Fatai Ayomide, they urge the NCS to consider Nigerians' current economic realities before implementing any fee adjustments. They warned that a steep increase could result in widespread loss of licenses among practitioners. Forwarder Onyeka cautioned that exorbitant fees might open the door for foreign entities to dominate the clearing business, sidelining Nigerian professionals. He advocated for moderate upward review, suggesting a range between 500 and 1 million, which he believes will be more sustainable for local agents. Still on this, SEREC warns of dire consequences as custom moves to raise license fees by 2,000%. I mean, it's really ridiculous because the kind of figures that people are proposing, or the kind of figures that the Nigerian custom has proposed, is quite alarming, and we believe that something needs to be done. So the Nigerian Customs Service plans to increase agents' license fees by 2,000%, has triggered a storm of opposition, with the Sea Empowerment and Research Center, SEREC, warning that the policy could cripple small and medium-sized enterprises and disrupt trade facilitation across the country. The group described the proposal as astronomical and unsustainable for a sector already weighed down by multiple regulatory burdens. The organization noted that customs brokerage remains a critical link in Nigeria's import-export chain, and argued that imposing such a steep financial burden on agents would not only shrink participation in the industry, but also drive up cost of and high operational cost. The additional licensing burden could force several out of business entirely. The ripple effect, SEREC warned, would be an increase in the cost of doing business for traders, a disruption of supply chains, and a direct hit to trade facilitations and economic growth at a time when Nigeria is seeking to position itself as a hub for continent efforts, including the use of customs facilities by immigration and correctional services personnel. In Ibadan, he said, we have a 5-story building where 2 floors are dedicated to immigration, and a correctional service detachment. He said, and I quote, "In Kano, our facilities support immigration recruitment exercises, while in Bauchi, a wing is set aside for our colleagues." These prove the CGC Adeniyi on his tenure extension and commended his contributions to Nigeria's economy and security. Top maritime stakeholders rally in Lagos set for MAL 2025 to tackle war risk cost. Leading figures in Nigeria's maritime and allied sectors will gather in Lagos on Wednesday, August 27, 2025 for the third edition of the Maritime Annual Merit Executive Director, Operations and Technical, Captain Waradi Enuso. Customs ICPC strengthen anti-corruption campaign drive with sensitization campaign. The Nigerian Customs Service, in collaboration with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC), has organized a sensitization program for its management staff and instill a culture of integrity across all levels of the organization. Tinkan Island Port sets new record with 16.4 billion single-day revenue through BOW Trade Portal. This we heard was on Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I mean that is huge. The Tinkan Island Port Command of the Nigerian Customs Service has recorded a landmark revenue collection of 16.4 billion in a single day, a feat eliminating unnecessary delays and administrative bottlenecks. The customs boss stressed that the record-breaking figure was not just about revenue.
That somebody is able to remove consignment from the port without doing due diligence, without paying the normal duty. Coming to the highway to stop consignment that have been duly cleared in the ports, demanding for duty, demanding for additional payment, demanding for negotiation for settlement is a criminal activity, and the federal government should treat it as such.
Well, as you've heard, he says it is criminal to have illicit checkpoints on the bridges, on the roads, and so when we look at this whole thing that is playing out between the clearing agents, the customs at the various terminals, and the FOU, who bears the brunt?
The person that bears the brunt actually is the common man on the street, because the settlement, the bribery, the corruption, the additional payments still go back to the cost of commodities, and the common man has to pay the price. The importer doesn't pay the price, because what the importer will actually do is to add all the charges in the goods before selling. The checkpoint bribe collection, the tolls on our roads from Lagos to Badagry, from Port Harcourt to Onitsha, from Onitsha to Lagos, from Abuja to Lagos, from Abuja to Kano, is infiltrated by illegal roadblocks, illegal collection tolls, where bribe monies are collected, which eventually is poured into goods and services, where you and I become their victims, because the importer will not bear loss. If the importer clears consignment with 10 million and add 2 million naira for bribe on the road before reaching his destination, the entire money will be poured into the cost of commodity and the cost of services. So, and who bears the brunt? It is you, me, and the common man that cannot even afford to buy a sachet of pure water because of the tolls on our roads.
All right, so now that we're talking about tolls, we're talking about corruption, and when we're sitting with you, you are the president of an agency duly recognized by government. What is the way forward?
The way forward is simple. If the FOU, for example, feels that the customs at the terminal are not doing their job, they should engage them. They should even arrest one officer and use him as scapegoat for releasing consignment that has not paid duty duly. But let me tell you something. The Nigerian importers are being subjected to stealing tendencies. Because, for example, you import a consignment that they received from abroad is $20,000, for example. They will raise it with the name of benchmark. From $20,000 you bought it to $40,000.
Who does the raising?
The raising is done by custom. Illegal raising of the cost of item you bought abroad to meet the so-called benchmark, or to meet a so-called amount of money that you have to pay. For example, they say that you are supposed to pay 13 million naira total duty for 40 feet. Are all 40 feet the same? Or 20 feet, they will say you pay 7 or 9 million. Are all 20 feet the same? They carry different values. They carry different percentage. Come to think about it, government in its wisdom gave some consignment 5%, some consignment 10%, some 20, 25, 30, 40, and so on and so forth. But you see 5% consignment paying the same duty with 20%, because they will raise the value of that goods to balance up and meet up the so-called benchmark. So it becomes funny. At the end of the day, after paying that benchmark, customer at the terminal will tell you also that you did not pay appropriately, and that the one on the highway wanting to collect bribe will tell you that you did not follow due process, you did not pay well, even at that, and they will still engage you in another process. And these processes, where does it end? In the laps of all Nigerians. The people, our leaders, are not feeling the impact because they have enough money to play with. But the masses, of course, feel the impact. Thank you.
Wow, this is insightful. This is still the Maritime and Border Show. The phone lines will be opened now. Feel free to call in. This is 90.3 FM. And I still have in the studio with me Dr. Basil Nwolisa, National President, Association of Nigerian Custom Brokers. Our lines are 0700 903 903 903, 081 71 75 6338, 0803 692 299 33. You can also send your message on WhatsApp, or you can call us direct. We will still have Dr. Basil Nwolisa with us. So you've taken time to simplify the corruption process. But I want to ask, in all this corruption, what role has the MPA been playing, especially with the roads, with the trucking? Because you cannot devoid them. They work hand in gloves. So where would you place the Nigerian Ports Authority?
The Nigerian Ports Authority in itself is another platform for corruption. In fact, the operations as far as the control of the highways is just a corruption in motion. Are you getting me? Their activities amounts to what we call corruption in motion, because from the point of taking your export commodity to the port, and from the point of taking delivery of your goods, they collect taxes, they collect money that inflate the cost of these goods. Even for export, for example, their activities also cause export cargoes at times to perish before going to the sea. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the various gateways they are creating for collecting money, at times to send consignment inside the port, you'll be spending 100,000 on bribe money before you can send truck to go and load container and come out. Not on transportation though, on settlement, on ticketing, receipt, on bribe, on underhand. and several activities of the MPA and the
Just hold it there. Hold it there. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Maritime and Border Show. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
So good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We can hear you. Your name and where you're calling
Yeah,
from, sir.
my name is Dr. Bashir Ambi,
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
a maritime practitioner.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes, I want to appreciate your guest. The effort his association is doing very good. May I equally ask the guest, what efforts are they putting in place to ensure that Nigerian importers adhere strictly to the international shipping guidelines of, stating the actual thing you import rather than false declaration?
All right.
That thing starts from there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Because
much.
if we should address that, that will minimize. I will not give bribe to anybody on the road. But when I even come and did wrong valuation, something they call machine outside, I cheated the government. On the road, I will be scared. I will be giving up money. What effort are you doing that? So, stopping false declaration in the system from the first place?
Thank you so much, sir. He'll answer you, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, let me give you an instance. The importer has nothing to do with underpayment.
No, he's talking about declaration.
The importer has nothing to do with declarations. I will tell you what is playing out. Customs, they have opportunity to put a standard for their goods for every consignment. If you have rice, the duty is 100,000. If you have coconut, cocoyam, the duty is this and that, and they put it in their system. If the importer comes in, he will go to the system and bring up what is clearing, what he brought to the country. The duty will come out, he will pay and carry it. When federal government came up with the payment of fuel charges from 170 naira per liter to 700 to 1,000 naira per liter, did you go to the filling station and say you will pay 200 naira for 1 liter? You paid 700 or 800 or 900 and you collected fuel and left. What that did was that people that were putting hundreds of cars on the road have now started to know that it's responsible to put only one car on the road because the fuel cost is expensive. So talking about declaration and claiming that importers that have nothing to add up to the clearing process, when they talk about benchmarks, is now being given the responsibility of declaration. Declaring what? What are you declaring?
Hold on your breath. Hello, good afternoon.
Prince Laka, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
My in-law.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, it's okay calling from Ogun State.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, my in-law, I'm married as a college woman.
Oh, okay. You're welcome, sir.
Hello, Prince Laka.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
We
hear you.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Hello.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I can't hear you people. Okay.
Go ahead.
I really appreciate your guest.
Thank you.
It's from my alma mater. CSS football.
Okay.
I want to appreciate. I'm not into clear afford, but I'm really. He's a good teacher. But I understand what is happening in Nigeria. Seeing custom on highway makes me ashamed. It just shows that Nigeria is not coordinating. How can he report something after clearing, coming out of road, to still stop you? Why can't they tackle the head where the corruption is coming from? If it's undervalue, underpayment, where is it coming from? You bring out the person and punish the person. Others will learn. Yeah, honestly, if a foreigner come and be seeing all these things, see military on the road, checking point, see custom, civil defense on the road, it's a very shameful something, honestly. I think government should say about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. You're welcome.
So, you need to really, really educate people more on this thing about declaration. But before you do that, just hold on. We have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you. Good afternoon.
Hello?
We can hear you. Good afternoon.
Can hear
If
you.
you're hearing me, he has not answered my question. My question is on the valuation. When an importer through his agent agreed to that, why?
Let me
pay
ask,
the actual duty, then you go out and
let
test
me
the
ask
truth.
you. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question so that you will be able to understand my response. When the federal government set up the fuel prices at 700, 800, and 900 naira per liter, did anyone go to the petrol station and say he will buy the fuel for 170 naira per liter? Let customs set the cost of goods in variation with the international market. Every consignment, all the cars, they have their CIF, they have the cost of the cars, they have the prices of the car internationally. All the consignments, they have average amount the goods are. They put it in their system. Once you call up the consignment you brought, your duty will come out, you pay it and go and carry your consignment. Than all this physical interaction with them. When you interact with them, you Mr. A will pay 5 million for a car that Mr. B paid 3 million, another one will pay 1 million. There's no standard of payment. So what are you calling about wrong declaration or under declaration? It is custom that will tell us the value of these goods, tell us the amount that will be paid for every consignment. We pay the duty accordingly and remove it. And then if you are clearing goods or a vehicle that is 10 years old, you will remove 10% each from the duty because of the wear and tear. The person will pay and carry. What we are paying presently in Nigeria is more duty than any other place. We are paying more because of so-called benchmark stories.
Hello, good afternoon.
People are being extorted.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, Prince Chila.
Yes, good afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for the topic. Good afternoon to your guest there.
Thank you very much.
My name is Fortunatus Hugo Davi. I'm calling from Agor Palace Way. Okay, so I've been listening to all you've been saying. Quite insightful. The last feedback that you gave, response, it's because the custom guys want these things to be done outside of the standard. That's why they frustrate the standard for them to have a private negotiations with you. Okay, correct. I do a little bit of importation as well, so I understand everything you're saying, the interaction between importers and customs and all that.
Yes.
They talk about short payments, they talk about blocking a lot, and all those kind of rubbish things that should not be in the system. These are simply their way of institutionalizing corruption in the system. Yes. So that once you come in, the normal processes will be frustrated to the point that you don't even have a choice than to negotiate your way out of it through your interactions with them individually. So the custom guys are looking for their own money, aside what the government is getting. I think recently we had about 4% increment of I think they call it FSC or so. And over time you wonder whether these are a kind of a coinages from these agents to be able to extort money from us. But eventually it seems that there's fact to it, because the 4% should reflect again as an extra cost. Some are saying that the federal government wants a standard or full payment of duties on goods imported. But custom do not want it, because they want a narrow path where they can negotiate something and be able to get something to themselves. So the issue and the war has been between customs and the federal government. Customs wanting to have a share of it by frustrating the system and bringing in a lot of other measures to be able to export money directly from importers. And then the federal government as well, So these things are affecting everything in Nigeria. And I think it's just a matter of corruption being institutionalized. If you look at other sectors, it's still the same kind of pattern that they use. They will frustrate you till you submit. You understand? So that's my own submission. And I also want to ask a question. I bring things in from China, and if I check the cost of some of my little items like IT gadgets from China, it may cost like 18,000 naira if exchanged to naira over there. That's the cost of purchase there, just 18,000 naira. But when I come here, for me just to be able to clear it, I'll be paying like 27 or 35,000 naira just for clearance in Nigeria. That's so bad. It's so frustrating. Why would the cost of clearance in Nigeria be more than the cost of purchase in China? At the end of the day, a good that was so cheap in China turns out to be so expensive in Nigeria, not because the value or the quality is too high, just because the custom has decided to go their own way. Please help us to put some light on this. Okay. Thank you so much and have a great celebration.
Thank you very much, my brother.
So before you respond, I think I want to put up a follow-up question. Now that we have the Build-Dogu system, do you think things are going to change? Because everybody is so fascinated. The clearing agents, the terminal owners, the CG, the CSCs, the TS, everybody is saying that this is the best system that we can use to achieve an easy way of doing business. Do you think that this will curb this corruption in the system?
Yes, the Build-Dogu by all standard is a very beautiful project, but I can tell you that the mafia that have not allowed business to strive in the port genuinely cannot allow it to operate. You see the glitches are man-made, being noticed now. They are man-made glitches to make sure that the Build-Dogu did not see the light of the day, because Build-Dogu will address almost 70% of the problems that are in clearing and forwarding. Are you getting what I'm saying? But if it is allowed, a lot of people will be losing their big pocket severance awards. Are you getting me? Because of that, it will be very, very difficult for them to allow this Build-Dogu beautiful bride to operate seamlessly. That's the problem. Thank you.
All right. You're still tuned on to the Maritime and Border Show, and I'm here, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Prince Chilaka, and I still have with me in the house Dr. Basil Mwolisa. Our phone lines are open, 0700 093 093 093, 081717 56338, 08036 92993. You're free to call us. You're free to send us your WhatsApp message. We're still here talking to Dr. Basil Mwolisa. And as you know, we've been talking about the corruption in the system. Now let us take this journey away from the customs. We've talked about the Nigerian Ports Authority. Let us talk about the Shippers Council. From your own dealings, what is really the duty of the Shippers Council?
Well, the Shippers Council are also Nigerians. Of course, they are all Nigerians as well. The corruption problem is not only customs, Nigerian Ports Authority, or some officers in the Nigerian Shippers Council. Do you know that the Nigerian Shippers Council, if you have a problem, you want to report to them, you will go and register and pay some money. If you don't have registration,
just for complaints?
Yes, you don't have registration with them, you cannot make complaints. Automatically.
I don't understand. You need to be a registered member.
You need to be registered with them. You need to register with them and pay some money officially to Shippers.
The money you pay
before you can have access to send letter of complaint to them and they listen to you.
No, are you saying that the Shippers Council has a database of registered members and only attend to registered members?
Exactly.
Why would that be?
I don't know. Now ask yourself, if you are if you are an importer, you are not a regular importer. Maybe you import once in a lifetime, and you bring in goods because you are not registered. You need real-time solution to a complaint from shipping company or terminal operators. You need to start registering before you can be able to confront your problem. Is that all right? Is that okay? Does it really make sense? So this corruption attitude of Nigerians, until federal government come up boldly to address some of these issues, we will continue to live in the dark. Let me give you an example of what happened some times ago. A shipping line in Nigeria here charged somebody who got an auction container 8 million naira as container deposit. And the intention was that the person should abandon the container. They will carry it. The shipping company will carry it. So this is what do we talk about? If I tell you in this maritime sector, freight forwarding business, transport, logistics, everywhere are booby traps. Every that place is a booby trap. Imagine a shipping company that is operating in Nigeria. If you have an issue, you will write the shipping company office in Mauritius, in Mauritania, in Cyprus, in Egypt, in USA, in UK, to get a reprieve, to get a solution for your problem. If you have a demurrage of 200 million and you want to be waived that demurrage, before you get a waiver of 100 million, you have accumulated another 100 million on it. So, and when you talk, they will tell you that these shipping companies, they are foreigners working hand in hand with our politicians. Are you getting me?
Could you hold your breath 1 minute?
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, it's Dr. Bashir Ambi Mohammed, the practitioner.
Okay, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I guess this is the third time you are calling. It's like your question have not been answered.
Second time.
Okay.
The reason why I'm calling because I've had misinformation from your guest.
Okay.
Your guest supposed to, talk with points, with merit, with valid points. I want to place it on record that Shippers Council has never and will never collect a penny before attending to a complaint. You can go there, you can ask. Complaints are, attended to free of charge, at no cost.
Are you a staff of Shippers Council?
Are you a staff of Shippers Council?
I am.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You said you are a freight agent.
I've never been.
How you introduce yourself?
Practitioner.
You said a practitioner.
No, I said a practitioner. A practitioner. I am.
Okay, since you are a staff of Shippers Council, let me elaborate what I said.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Let me ask him, please. The world is listening. Can you tell us a point when you bring a complaint to Nigerian Shippers Council and they ask you to bring money? And when was that?
Okay, I wrote a letter of complaint to Shippers Council. They told me wrote a letter, not to somebody else. Me, Dr. Basil, that body called one of Ozobol, wrote a letter to Shippers Council last year detailing the loss of revenue by the activities of a shipping line. Since we have settled that, hold on now. They said that the first thing I will do before that letter is accepted is that they gave me a code that I will go and register first. If I register, then I will bring the letter. The letter was not accepted.
No, it's not true, sir. Maybe the boy you sent it, he has not told me the truth. I will in complaint.
My brother, listen to me. I didn't send somebody because the person I sent came back, and I decided to go back by myself. The president of the chairman of the presidential task force that left, what's the name of that man? He's aware of this case. That the one that is no longer there, Fadipe. He's aware of the matter.
It's not. If Fadipe is there, maybe he did it on his own. But I'm assuring you that it's not.
Okay, let me.
Fadipe is not working with
assignment. Please wait. Please. I cannot be sitting and seeing the image of my organization being dented.
Okay, sir.
Can you bring back the complaint? Can you bring back the complaint tomorrow? Come to the complaint unit at no cost, and it will be attended if you have merit.
Okay, sir. This is what we'll do. He's
No,
not.
but wait, they don't charge money.
Okay.
We don't collect kobo from anybody.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me say this.
Maybe you people have
And all
repented.
complaints are important.
Sir, let me say this. This
But
is
for somebody to come on air and be telling, contrary to be talking anyhow, we cannot accept it.
all right, sir.
Let him come tomorrow.
Sir, can you listen?
In fact, you didn't need to come. Can you send it to complaint at Shippers Council?
My friend, that case has been resolved since. It's a long time. It has been resolved.
Okay, then you are
So,
bringing a
we resolve it on our own without your input.
But we can't collect money from you.
Okay, sir.
You can't take money.
Sir Alaji, can hold on 1 second. This is what we'll do.
This is what is happening in Nigeria.
I'm going to get back to you after the show and see how we can get Shippers Council to come to this show. This is not the first guest we're having that is throwing tantrums at throwing stones and everything at Shippers Council. We need to hear from Shippers Council after this show.
Because they are sponsored people now. They are sponsored to be there.
I will
And
get,
talking
sir. I
all
will
right.
get, sir. Let me also say this: my colleague had come to Shippers Council twice or 3 times, seeking audience. I'm telling you now, authoritatively, we wanted to have an interview with the secretary. Is it the Secretary General or so?
Executive Secretary.
Executive
Is it-
Secretary.
is it-
Yeah, well, let me.
Is it on air that you come and
No,
speak,
you're not listening, sir. We have even written a letter. That letter has not been responded to. But like now that I'm talking to you, I am going to get back to you after this program, and we will work out to have your people come to this program. Thank you, sir.
No problem. But let him come with another complaint. No problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
nice day, sir.
We don't collect money. If he is used to giving out money, nobody will collect money for him.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Basil, you see, this is I'm happy that Shippers Council is responding because a lot of people have made complaints on this program about Shippers Council, about the Nigerian Ports Authority. Now, let us come to NIMASA.
NIMASA, to say the truth, as far as I'm concerned, NIMASA is a more organized agency,
Okay.
in my estimation. They are not engrossed onto all this Nigerian thing. Are you get what I'm saying? The management has been upright. They are dealing in the safety of waterways and all that. And that is the much I know about it. I have not been able to have an interaction with them or had a case that I need to go to them to sort out. I talk about physical things. You know, when I was talking about Nigerian Shippers Council, I'm talking about having met Nigerian Shippers Council on more than 10 occasions. They are not a responsible organization. Quote me any day.
No, sir, please don't call them that.
That is the way I see them. And maybe the management are not aware of this, but the individual personalities working there, some of them don't know that they are serving the public. Let me use that word.
All right. So, like we say, VOP 90.3 FM, we're here to serve everyone. We're here to bring facts and everything and put it on the doorsteps of the Nigerian people. And that is our primary purpose. And this show is a program that we want to use to be able to ensure that those who operate within the maritime industry do not have issues. Whatever your issues are, bring them on board. We'll unbundle them. We'll discuss them. So that is the whole essence of this.
Thank you very much.
So, sir, before we go, let us look at. There's an issue he raised, which I also think that you need to expatiate more. Looking at it, talking about this declaration. Declaration has become a major problem. How do we resolve it?
The problem of declaration, like I said, is an embodiment.
Just hold on. Hold your thoughts. Hello.
Christina, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
But my name is Chile, calling from Lagos.
Okay.
You say the man that is there in your studio there make a clear statement that they do give money. Then let me bring this thing to you, to your notice, or to the notice of Nigerians. Nigerians, they say bail is free, but is he actually free? That is what we are seeing in Nigeria. They will come to, to clear themselves. But when you go there, you will find out that the same thing they are saying is not true. That you pay through your nose. That is what I'm trying to say.
All right.
That is what we are seeing in Nigeria, and that has been occurrences. Unless they have changed overnight. So that is just my submission to that.
Thank you so much. So let's continue. We're talking about declaration.
The declaration issue is left on the table of Nigerian Customs Service and the federal government. The federal government and the Nigerian Customs Service and the Federal Ministry of Finance owe Nigerians a duty to streamline the business of import and export by having those variables, those goods that are being imported into Nigeria. They should have the cost for those vehicles, so the duty cost for those vehicles that they put in the system. That if you put Mazda 2023, for example, C3 or whatever name you put it there, the duty will come out. You go and pay and take your vehicle. Nigerians would love to do that, because now if they say that you are compromising this, you are compromising that, they will just put a weighty duty out there that has no record. They will just draw it from anywhere and say that this is the duty. Are you getting what I'm saying? And then they will say, okay, we are bringing it down to this. How much are you giving us? Let us have a clear cut. That's why I'm giving you an example with fuel prices. Are you getting what I'm saying? Why is it difficult now for me to go and buy fuel 200 or 300 naira per liter? Because the government has already cleared the stories attached to petroleum products, like saying we have they are subsidizing, they are doing this, they are doing
no more
subsidy,
cost.
all these stories. Let them remove the stories and bring the cost to the public. Before you go and purchase anything abroad, you already know the cost of clearing it. People that are abandoning their containers in the port and they are selling it at auction are because of uncertainties. Are you getting me? The members of the public don't even have education to know those items that are contraband. The contraband are hidden. If they are in public's glow that this is contraband, the percentage of people that will be taking the risk will highly reduce.
But we know that arms and ammunition and drugs are not allowed, but yet people still bring them in.
People bring it in because they succeed in carrying them. If they pressure on the selfish interests of those officials involved. Are you getting what I'm saying? But if the people that are bringing it have experience that they brought it and they cannot take it, they ended in jail. 10 people end in jail this month, 20 next month, 30 next month. Do you think people will still take the risk of bringing it in? It's because they're having their ways all this time. That's why they're still trying. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The constant unprofessional way of our collect duty regime is creating criminality at the port. Let government stand its ground and give the public that is the duty of every consignment. I hope you understand what I'm saying. In so doing, Nigerians will turn a new leaf and do the right thing and carry their goods. So that is my own opinion on this.
All right, I think we're just going to have one last call and then we'll call it a day.
Yes.
Hello. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. Your name and where you're calling from, please. We just have 1 minute.
You see, calling from Abulado.
Okay, sir.
I just joined the program now, but based on the last statement of the guy in the studio about the contraband. So all those, my question is, all those contraband goods, what is the government doing about it? Are they destroying it, or the contraband good after seizing it, they will go and sell it to another person? Instead of to destroy it, they will sell it auction. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you. This is going to be our last caller for today. This is the Maritime and Border Show, and we've been speaking to Dr. Basil Mwolisa, Association, the national president of Association of Nigerian Custom Brokers. Sir, thank you very much for coming to the show.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate. We'll definitely call you back because the way things are going, maybe when we'll get the Shippers Council to come, I'll be glad to have you here so we can be able to resolve a lot of things. So today we've been able to look at issues bordering on corruption and all of that. So for those of us who couldn't pick your calls, try next week, and we'll definitely pick your calls. Let me use the opportunity to wish my friend and my brother, Favor Chisom Odozie, a happy birthday. Mayor, may God bless you and keep you. And also my kid sister, Janet Chilaka, I want to wish you a happy birthday. This is the Maritime and Border Show. I'm about signing out, and my name is Prince Chilaka. See you next week when we come back. Thank you.